This happened maybe 8 or 9 months after I moved into my first house, and I still remember how normal that night felt before everything went wrong. I was 24 at the time, fresh out of college, finally feeling like my life was beginning with a decent job and a quiet place of my own. The house itself was nothing special from the outside, but the basement was massive, far larger than anything I actually needed. It had been divided by the previous owners into multiple rooms using plywood walls and exposed wooden framing, which created a strange maze-like layout. At the bottom of the stairs was an open area, then a laundry section, then what looked like an unfinished workshop, and beyond that, a back storage room that always felt wrong somehow. You could never see the entire basement at once, and back then I thought that was kind of cool, almost mysterious. That night I needed to do laundry, which was the only reason I ever went down there. As soon as I opened the basement door, I noticed the lights were already on and a chill ran through me, even though I brushed it off, thinking I had simply forgotten to turn them off the last time I was down there. The light was dim, yellow, and weak from old bulbs that buzzed faintly overhead. As I walked down the stairs holding my laundry basket, everything felt off, but nothing specific enough to trigger real fear. I reached the bottom step and started toward the laundry area when movement flickered in my peripheral vision. I turned my head without thinking and locked eyes with a man crouched behind a folding table near the far corner of the basement. My mind refused to accept what I was seeing because there was a stranger hiding inside my home. He looked filthy, like he had been living underground, his eyes sunken, his clothes torn and stained, and his stare was empty but focused entirely on me. Time slowed, and my body froze as we stared at each other in silence. Then, without warning, he stood up and ran deeper into the basement toward the partitioned rooms. That broke the spell, and I stumbled backward toward the stairs, but before I could reach them, every single light went out at once. The darkness was absolute, the kind that swallows depth and direction completely. I tried to move forward, believing I knew my own house, but I tripped and slammed into the floor, knocking the air from my lungs. When I stood up, I had no idea where I was facing. My phone was upstairs, useless to me, and panic took over. I started screaming, hoping the noise would scare him away, but instead another scream answered mine from the darkness, louder, more violent, more unhinged. It sounded like something feral. I stopped screaming, and so did he, which somehow made it worse. I began moving blindly, using my hands to feel the walls while listening desperately. I could hear movement behind me, slow, deliberate footsteps, and the sound of breathing growing closer. I had the horrifying realization that he knew the basement better than I did. The darkness stretched time into something endless, and I truly believed I was going to die down there. Eventually, my hand brushed against the wooden base of the staircase, and relief flooded me so hard it almost made me cry. I grabbed the railing and ran upward, but before I reached the second step, something wrapped around my ankle with crushing strength and yanked me backward. My head struck the railing, and I tumbled down hard onto the basement floor.
I could not see him, but I could feel him dragging me away from the stairs, inch by inch, and the strength behind it felt unnatural, like desperation had stripped him of restraint. I kicked wildly and felt my foot connect with something solid, and suddenly his grip loosened. I twisted free and scrambled toward the stairs again, while he screamed behind me with pure rage. I found the steps by instinct and burst upward, slamming the door shut behind me just in time. There was no lock, so I threw my full weight against it, heart pounding so violently I thought I might pass out. Seconds later, footsteps thundered up the stairs, and the door exploded inward for a terrifying moment before I forced it closed again. He slammed into it again and again, each impact shaking the frame, while I pressed back barefoot, slipping in my socks until I tore them off for traction. Somehow, he stopped. I heard him retreat back down the stairs, and I ran for my phone, then returned to the door and called the police while keeping my weight pressed against it. When officers arrived, he was gone. A basement window had been forced open from the outside, and nothing had been stolen. The police believed he had been living down there, hiding, using the space, and he knew exactly where the light switch was, which explained everything. I moved out 4 months later, but even now I know the truth. That man was ready to kill me that night, and if I had hesitated even once, I would not be here to tell this story.